the Ultimate Budget by Paycheck template brought to you by TemplateShop.net. We see that this particular template helps an individual take charge of one's finances and keep track of where the money comes in and where the money is going. A few of the important things to be noted: an explanation of the various sheets, which we see right here at the bottom, or also in the panel on the left. A few of the things in terms of changing colors, themes, fonts to customize the sheet and changing the currency of your choice. Let's move on to the second tab, which is input data, highlighted by income, savings, bills. Bills are categorized by the individual billers, and the due date. The due date is what we will see in a moment under My Calendar and how it is getting reflected in the My Calendar. We see here under income, we have one, which is salary. The second is income category number 2, which is left open for you to populate, meaning that this is a fully customizable template. We move into the transactions here, which is based on the date, value, category, subcategory, any details that we may want to populate. So just as an example, I would say 15, 3. I would add, say, 200. Under expenses, I'm saying income. Here I see there's only one category, which says salary, and income category number 2. Let me go into the input data, change this to commissions. I go into the transactions, the date, the value, the category is income, and I would say income from commissions. Now when I look at the drop down, I also realize commissions appears over here. Moving on, we see the budget, which is the overview. Start date 2nd January, 31st December. So this is an overview for the year of 2023. The rollover, anything from the previous years. The income, which is planned versus actuals. Planned is a number. You might have a goal and you might just enter the planned year. And the goal, which is the actual, comes up from 300 and 150. It finds a place in this case. Likewise, we have the income saved. All the savings appear here, the income spent, the debt paid off, so on and so forth. Now let's look at the one which is, say for example, over here in terms of planned. Instead of 50, let me make it 500. And we immediately realize it has an impact on the graph, which is planned versus actual. Likewise, electricity, all these are hypothetical figures. So likewise, for electricity, instead of 50, I change this to 1500, and we realize all the graphs change, which is the pie chart, the donut chart, and the column chart, all change immediately, giving us a visual indication of how interactive these charts happen to be. Furthermore, My Calendar gives us an idea about which bills are due to be paid on which particular day of the month. So we get into the input data. Here we realize that on the first, we need to pay electricity, bills category number 2, and an installment. Electricity, bills category number 2, and an installment on the first. So this is a visual reminder for us to tell us which is the bill that requires to be paid so that we don't miss the date. We can use this drop down for month or depending on the day in which we want to find this. The savings dashboard gives us an idea of the total goals that we have set, the total monthly, the total saved, and what we have left to save. So if I change the total goals to say 10,000, it will immediately have an impact on the number here left to save. The goal, say for example, under savings, instead of $1,000, I make a drastic change and say $10,000. We also realize how the graph changes say 1200, I make it 120. So how it changes, or over here in terms of say the balance over here for the savings, another type of savings, I say 140. We see the graph also changes. The debt snowball, which tells us about the year, the month, a drop down indicating the balance is changed for the debt. Let me just show it again. May, the numbers we see they change. January, the numbers, look at it. We see how it is as an overview of how it has been based on the month, the plan, and the balance. And the debt for the upcoming months, which is based on various categories like number 3, number 4, number 5, based on individual months. Last is the priority sheet, which helps us tell the priority. So electricity is of course going to be critical, but let me hypothetically change this to very important. We see it's a change here and tells us that what are the various things under critical, very important, I would say low importance, and we have the things changing. Not just that, we also have a clear color indication, basis, critical, very important, so on and so forth, till not required. We appreciate you watching this video. You can stay up to date on useful templates by subscribing to templateshop.net. This spreadsheet template can also be bought at templateshop.net, the link for which can be found in the description.